What we're going to be making today are buñuelos. So what we need to do first is cut regular flour tortillas, just regular normal store-bought ones, into fourths. So what you're going to do is cut in half again. I already have a nice little stack going over there. Next, what we need to do is start heating up the oil. I'm just going to use regular vegetable oil, and I'm going to turn the stove on to medium. So just medium. Take some vegetable oil, open it up, and be generous because you're going to be frying quite a few tortillas for the buñuelos. And buñuelos are fried flour tortillas with cinnamon and sugar coating. They're really amazingly delicious, traditionally used around Christmas. So pour in a generous amount so that you can fry them in there, and let the oil start to heat up. While that's going on, over here I have a plate that already has sugar on it. I know that it's a white plate, so that's kind of difficult to see, but there's already sugar in there. I put in about 2 cups since I'm going to be making quite a few buñuelos. I think I have probably about 20 tortillas. So now all I need to do is add the cinnamon. And I'm just using a sprinkle top. There's no real exact amount because it's however much you like cinnamon. I actually quite enjoy it, so I'm going to sprinkle in quite a bit. If I were to guess, I would say it's probably about 2 tablespoons. So a tablespoon per cup. I know that the camera's shaking because I'm holding it in one hand. But, so I already added my cinnamon. I'm going to take a fork and just mix it up. Make sure that it's combined well. And if you see that it looks a little light, or taste it, see if it's it needs more cinnamon, go ahead and add it. The great thing about cooking Mexican food is that it's all about taste and what you have on hand, so that makes it quite simple actually. So to me it looks a little bit light, so I'm going to add a little bit more cinnamon so that I get a color that I really like. Keep mixing it. And that looks a little bit more like what I like to see. And if you guys saw my video on how to make rolled tacos, then you know that the way that we can tell if oil is hot enough to use, we take a piece of tortilla and we dip it. This is almost ready. I'm going to say it's not quite ready because I would have liked it to have a little bit more of a reaction. So I'm going to wait just a second. And then take another little, just tear off a piece. I just tore it. And it's been about half a minute. So I'm going to dip it again. And that was a little bit more of the consistency that I wanted. Okay, I had forgotten to get things to grab the buñuelos with, so I had to pause for a second. Now that I have that, I'm going to take a tortilla, the quarter of it, and I'm just going to place it in the oil and let it fry up for a second. It's going to puff up. Careful so that it doesn't splash you. It's going to start to puff up. You can look at the bottom. It's not quite crispy yet, so I'm going to leave it. And like with the rolled tacos, you can add more than just one in there at a time. They're not quite that particular. It's just fried tortilla. Flip it over. Let it brown on both sides. You can see that it's starting to get color over on the edge where it's been in. Flip it over again. Flip these over. They're getting nice and crispy. We're going to really let them crisp up because buñuelos are very, very crunchy, crispy. So give them I'm going to say about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. But if you see them start to burn, then of course take them out. And I've tried to make a healthy version of these by not using the oil, or like just using a very little bit, or trying to do them in the oven, or on a skillet with just a tiny bit of butter. And it doesn't come out quite the same. So if you're gonna do buñuelos, might as well go out and make the regular old-fashioned ones. So see how that one is completely brown on this side? And start flipping them. So is that one. They're getting to be almost ready. So to me, the first one that we put in is ready to take out of the oil. So we're just going to take it out, drip off that excess oil. Try to get quite a bit off, because it's then going to go straight into the sugar and cinnamon mixture. Put it in, and just with a spoon, take the cinnamon sugar, put it over, flip it. The same thing on the other side. And it's really hot, so I would maybe even use these again. In Spanish we call them pinzas, and for right now I don't know why I can't think of the English word. But now you see there's a nice sugar cinnamony coating on it. I'm going to put it over into my container. And that is all that you need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and keep making this. I'm going to flip this over. Oh, I accidentally used the sugar. See if this doesn't splash at me. And this one's ready. So I'm going to again place in the sugar mixture. And this other one is too. So just drip off excess oil. Bring it over. And start spooning the mixture onto it. Turn it over. You can do it with your hands, it's just really hot. Shake off the excess as we keep doing in this recipe, and you have a nice sugar coating on there. And that is all you do. Just cut tortillas in half and half again, so into quarters. Take the quarter strips, fry them for about 2 minutes, put them in the sugar cinnamon mixture, about 2 cups, and some shakes of cinnamon. Taste it. Mine is very cinnamony because I like it like that. And then you have your nice buñuelos, and you're all done.